Vice Chairman Ducey.
Present.
Member Bettenker.
Here.
Member Connors. Member Giannoni. Member Reposa.
Present.
Member Scholl. Executive Director Miguel Nunez.
Present.
Legal Counsel Pacha.
Present.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item number 1 is the board may discuss and vote to approve the minutes of the meeting of June 17, 2025. Has everyone had an opportunity to take a look at them?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
I
Any
have to
opposed?
abstain.
One abstention?
I was not a member at that time.
So, Madam Chair, it'll be 3-0, 1 abstention. Number 2, review the deficient ballots in Senate District 4 primary and the special election in the Central Falls City Council and special referendum elections. And I will turn it over to the Executive Director, Nunez.
Good afternoon, honorable members of the board. As you know, the board rules and regulations allow a voter to cure a ballot that has been deemed deficient by the staff during the certification process. That allows them up to 3 days after a primary or 7 days after a general election to return that signed deficient notice to the Board of Elections in order to cure their ballot. And in this case, we have 19 ballots that were deemed deficient. Notice went out to all 19 voters. Of the 19 voters, 4 did return those deficiency notices to us. And we have a total of 15 signatures before you today to review. And if the board does approve, based on this review by the board, any of these signatures, then the ballots will need to be tabulated prior to the board certifying the results for the Senate District 4, which is the very next agenda item. So for your view, up on the screens here, the staff has prepared a slide for each of the 15 voters. And you'll see on the left is in the red border there is the signature of the voter on their mail ballot envelope that is imaged by our high-speed sorting equipment. Over on the right at the top, you'll see their current, most recent signature on file within the central voter registration system. And down below on the previous signatures, you will see the previous signatures that we have on file for that voter in the central voter registration system. These signatures on the right could either be a wet signature scanned in from the voter registration form, a paper voter registration form, or it could be a signature from the Department of Motor Vehicles. If you don't see any accompanying text from the paper form surrounding the signature, such as please sign here or with an X or next to an X, it generally means it's a DMV signature. So in this case, for example, for Kevin Adamo, our first voter, it appears that this is a DMV signature as there is nothing else included in the image surrounding the signature, which would be if it was a paper form. So this is our first signature before you today. His signature on his mail ballot is at the left, and Mr. Adamo's signatures in the central voter registration system are on the right.
I have a question. Do we know that top signature that says current, do we know approximately when that was provided?
We do not, but we know it's the most current one on file, and it's very similar to the other 3 on file as well.
Is there any discrepancy? I move to reject.
I kind of disagree because you can see especially because you can tell it's in a pad. At least for myself, I'll speak in an I statement. In a pad, you usually have to sort of do it slower because otherwise it looks really messy. If you look at the K, the beginning of the K, it looks very, very similar. And so the atoms, the touchscreens are so terrible that it looks pixelated. You can see that the A is a cursive A in the same way, just not as fast as you would have to do it. Otherwise, it looks scribbled. So to me, the K looks really similar. Again, I don't know if anybody else has the same problem with when you're writing on a pad, that if you do it too fast, it kind of looks terrible.
Is there a second of the motion to deny?
I give you a second.
Okay, because I would have seconded it. Okay, well, we'll take a vote on the motion. All in favor of denying this, of the motion to deny, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And one nay?
One nay.
One nay. So 3-1, the signature is denied.
Okay. The next signature is for Serena Barton Zanaya. Our ballot signature is on the left and her voter registration signature is on the right.
In the written one, the current one, the B and the Z look very similar. So I would move to approve, to accept, sorry.
I'm sorry, say that
I would
again.
move to accept the signature.
Is there a second to accept that signature?
I got one question. The signature on the left appears to be a nickel. Under the statute, is that permitted?
It is-
Signature.
It is if that is their signature on file within the CVRS, but if it's not, then it would need to reasonably match.
So if there's no second to approve, then that motion fails. Am I correct, counsel?
Yeah, the motion fails because there is no, it can't be passed. That's correct.
Is there another motion?
Motion to deny.
Is there a second? There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Okay. All in favor of the motion to deny signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nay.
And one no, and the chair votes aye.
Next voter is Anthony Basil.
This is the same issue as the last one, no initials. Rule of the full signature.
Correct.
So unless he has the initials on record as his signature, then it has to be rejected.
That is the statute,
That's
yes.
the statute.
So is there a motion in this regard?
I make a motion to deny.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? For me, they just look too dissimilar, so I would concur. But we'll call for a vote. There's a motion to deny this particular signature on the floor. Everyone in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it, 4-0, to deny.
The next voter is Lisa Basil.
It's just not signed.
And there is no signature there, correct?
Correct. There's no signature and there's no assistant. She did not mark an assistant either. So there's
But
not,
why would that have gone before the board? Wouldn't that just be a facial deficiency?
yes, but since we had such a small quantity, and typically we would have hundreds of these, and in this case, we only have 15, so the staff left it in.
So is there a motion to deny on the grounds that it's legally deficient because there's no signature?
I make,
Is there, there's a
I
second?
give a second.
So there's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, 4 ayes. So that's also denied or deficient.
Next signature is for Nicholas George Cariglio.
Is the top signature, that's a wet signature, right?
That is,
The current
yes,
signature.
correct.
Yeah, that top one, right? That's a printed signature?
Yes.
I make a motion to
I think that's
deny.
close enough to me.
I make a motion to deny.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
The next voter is Mark A. Soprano.
Is there a motion in this regard?
I make a motion to deny.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the chair votes aye.
Next voter is Marcus F. Isanda.
I make a motion to deny.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Guys have it.
Next voter is Danielle Johnson.
So Director, are we seeing this because of just the difference in the pen, in the stroke of the letters? Is that why this is before us now?
To the certification teams, it did not appear to reasonably match the signature on the left, so it was rejected.
Well, the J is a technical, it's different.
Both of them.
Yeah,
Both
Mhm.
are different, I think.
so I move to deny. Reject the signature.
I second.
Is there a second? There's a motion and a second. All in favor to deny signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You guys, any opposed? You guys have it.
Next signature is for Sonia Marie Lanny.
And this is that same situation, right? That's obviously a wet signature on the pad type signature on the right.
That is a
side.
pad, correct, yep.
I make a motion to deny.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
The chair votes aye. So the motion passes. Any noes? 4-0.
The next signature is for Luann Lawless. You can see that the signature is not for Luann Lawless.
That is not.
So again, is there a motion to deny on the grounds that it's facially
Yes.
deficient, I think?
I make a motion to deny.
Second.
So there's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Look like a
Aye.
Sonia.
Any opposed? You guys have it.
The next signature is for Norma P. Parada.
I make a motion to deny.
You don't think the P sort of looks similar? If you look at so at the bottom, correct me if I'm wrong, Miguel, so when it says previous signature is the one that's underlined, you can sort of see the P.
I
Okay.
think the P is different and the Norma no way matches. That's just my opinion.
The bottom is a wet signature. The top three are DMB signatures, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the end's different though on the two. So I'm just looking at them. There's a motion. Is there a second to deny?
Second.
There's a motion and a second to deny. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Chair votes aye. Is there any opposed? One
Myself.
opposed?
Yep.
3-1.
Next signature is for Micah Gay So.
This, same as the other two dealing with initials.
Mhm.
So it's a violation of the statute, so I move to deny.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it.
The next signature is for Ophelia So.
Is there,
That
is there any way to make that larger?
Yeah, can you zoom in?
Which one? So for this one, it's actually, was the name that's signed there is not, so if you see at the top, Micah,
Mhm.
Oh, they must.
it's at the top, but that's not Micah's signature in the signature line. It's
Oh,
a
so it's the
different
same
person.
household.
So it's the same,
Same household.
so it looks like.
So
the
they
same.
just must have sort of mistaken it. Got it.
So that's why for this particular one, we blew it out to show you the whole envelope. Micah's name is at the top, but it's not Micah's signature at the
Got it.
So
bottom.
is there a motion to deny this based on a facial deficiency?
Motion to deny.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Next signature is for Anthony D. Vecchione.
I make a motion to deny.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor of denial signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next signature is for Raymond Wedge.
In
Well,
the
that-
previous signature looks similar.
I
Sorry.
mean, that bottom signature looks reasonable.
Mhm. Again, it's the pad thing is just really difficult. So.
Is there a
I make a-
motion one way or another?
I make a motion to accept it.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second to accept. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, so that will be one
Mhm.
addition.
Yep.
So far.
And that was the final one.
Oh, okay. So then, do you need a minute?
We'll need a few minutes to, well, we're done with the deficient portion. We could potentially move on to, well, we have two more items, certify the results, the primary results, which we can't do until that's completed, and then to certify the LNA testing, but I don't know if you can certify the LNA testing before you certify the primary winner, so we just have to wait a few minutes.
Ray, I think we do have to certify the primary number first, right?
Yeah, I think you have to wait.
Can't do it the LNA without
Right.
certifying. who's
Well, in
on.
the meantime, I'll just mention to the board that we're currently in the process of improving the design of the mail ballot envelope. In fact, the staff has a meeting tomorrow with the Secretary of State's office and the Center of Civic Design based out of New York. And we've worked with them in the past to design our provisional applications, all of our forms and signage at the polls, and our most recent voter registration form. And we wanted to bring that sort of expertise to the mail ballot envelope as well. So we've encouraged Secretary of State's office to reach out to them to redesign that mail ballot envelope. And one of some of the feedback that the staff has provided so far, including myself, is that they provide some language to sign this envelope as you would any legal document, as you normally would any legal document, so that they understand that they just can't initial it. It should be whatever is what they consider what's their normal signature, because we do find that sometimes they do go into the DMV and just do an initial. Well, I mean, the board has experience with it because you've seen many, many signatures, or they'll just sign the envelope, as you saw there, with the same way, with just initials or with their full signature, vice versa. So that's something that we want to include as much language on that envelope as we can. So when they are signing it, they know that they have to sign it according to their signature, what their signature typically is.
Can I ask you a question? I'm wondering, and I know the Secretary of State's office isn't here today, but I was wondering if, as you're sort of doing this, and I really like the idea of having that, like, sign it the way, is there any way that we could do the same thing at the DMV? Again, it's when I sign like a pad, if it's a signature at somewhere, I may not, my M looks horrible, or sometimes I do M and then my last name. And so I'm wondering if there's an opportunity for the Secretary of State's office to work with the DMV, or if you know of that, if this is something that's this is. I know that, your relationship with the Secretary of State's is great.
Have you
so
been checking my email by chance?
How did you
Uh,
know?
We are not working with the Secretary of State's on that, but we are working on our own. We actually have a video being produced, part of a small campaign to increase awareness of signing for voter registration at the DMV. So we're working with our PR firm to do that. But what we want to combine it with, and I think I had mentioned this before to the board, we'd like to combine it with an outreach at the actual DMV where we can have some documentation signage put up, or even something surrounding the pad, for example, that will say, hey, this is, if you're registering to vote today, sign, please use your whatever language we can come up with so that they're aware that this signature could be their vote.
Yeah.
Your signature could be your vote. That could be the slogan if they apply for a mail ballot. So with that, in combination with the video, which we're trying to get produced, which we do have we've been reaching out to a couple of firms to do that. And they just emailed me back today to find out what's the next steps on that. So we're trying to work with the DMV to do sort of like a hand-in-hand coordination with that, if we
Because
can.
you only do your signature once at the DMV, right? I don't think I've updated it. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Well, they update every time you go and ask to register. That's why you'll see multiples there.
to register,
So
yeah.
if you're automatically registered. So unless you opt out, then we won't get your signature. But
Yeah.
if you don't opt out, your signature will come, you'll have to sign and it'll come over.
And And Miguel, just to reiterate, all the people on that list received notification that their ballot had an issue, that there was an issue with the signature.
Correct. And if they signed up for the ballot track system service, which we run in cooperation with the Secretary of State's office, they'll get a text message saying, there's an issue with your mail ballot. Please contact the Board of Canvassers, the Board of Elections.
Last question. The notices are they only in English or are they in multiple languages?
They're in the bilingual communities, the 4 bilingual communities, they're in English and Spanish.
Okay, so if one of those 15 individuals was in one of the bilingual communities, they would have gotten both?
They would have gotten bilingual, yes, correct.
Thank you.
So here we have the updated results with the deficient ballots. So I believe with that, I can read them out, though. We have total votes for Stefano Famiglietti is 1,664. Marcia Ranglin Vassell, 382. Leonardo Americo Chow Jr., 281. Manuel J. Taveras, 118, for a total of 2,445 votes cast. There were 2 overvotes, 1 undervote, for a total of 2,448 ballots cast in the Senator and General Assembly District 4 Democrat primary.
And that does reflect that one additional
Mhm.
vote. that
It
was-
does, correct.
Is there a motion to certify the results of the Senate 4 primary as referenced by Director Nunez?
I make that.
There's a motion and a second.
Second.
There's a motion made by Commissioner Reposa, seconded by Commissioner Schultz. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You guys have it. The item number 4 is to certify the LNA testing for Senate District 4 special election and Coventry Town Council District 3 and 5 special election.
And I'll just note, Commissioners, that those final results will be updated on our website shortly. It's just going to take a few minutes for the staff to update that, but it will change by that one ballot.
Thank you, Miguel.
I have a question. Do we also have to certify the city council, Central Falls, Ward?
No, because we only certify the state contest, the state senator contest. So I've notified the Board of Canvassers in Central Falls to remind them that they need to certify their local special election, but we'll certify the state rep and state senate contests. Ready? Oh, you ready?
I'll turn it
Okay.
over to the director. I did this.
All right. So logic and accuracy testing in Senate 4, the Senate 4 special general election and the Coventry special general election for town council. We have received, which you can see at the back of your packets there, the letter from the Secretary of State's office, which was received on July 11th, certifying to us that the information is accurate per our existing BOE protocol. They have proofed the express vote screens and all of the paper ballots to be issued at the polling places and via mail. And that letter is a certification from them that proofing has been completed. This morning, July 14th, the logic and accuracy testing of the early voting and election day voting equipment for the August 5th Senate District 4 special general election in North Providence and Providence, as well as that Coventry Town Council Wards 3 and 5 special general election was completed. The testing was noticed since last week. The testing was open to the public. We did have 3 staff members from ES&S on hand to assist the 3 Board of Election staff members with that testing. In total, 18 DS200s and 9 express vote machines were tested as part of this. 2 DS200 to DS850 high-speed tabulators were also part of the testing. To break down the testing for you, 48 ballots were cast into the Senate District 4 early voting DS200s and the Election Day DS200s. 16 ballots were cast into the Coventry early voting DS200s and Election Day DS200s. As usual, one of these ballots that go into each machine is always an express vote card. A total of 64 test ballots were cast through all early voting units, and a total of 64 test ballots were run through all the election day units. 640 ballots were run through the DS 850 high-speed tabulators for a grand total of 768 ballots used for this particular testing day. We will continue to use continue a pilot of the poll print ballot on demand printers, but that will only be in North Providence in the Senate District 4 special general election. And that process has been incorporated as part of this testing. The ballot on demand will not be used in Providence or in Coventry for this special election. Now, as I've said in previous tests, part of this testing and preparation, before each machine is closed, locked, and sealed with a unique seal number, at least 2 members of our staff make sure to check that the totals report printed by the machine reflects the expected results, and that the machine has been reset to 0 before being shipped to the polling places. Our election management system is also reset to 0, and that is reflected on the following reports that we have given to you. These 3 reports, as is typical, the first report in front of you will be the pre-0 report. That's actually printed prior to testing, indicating that everything in the test is starting from 0. The second report is the logic and accuracy testing results report. So those are actually the test results, which when compared to the voting results report on the top of your packet, the results, that is what the results are expected to be. Per the BOE testing protocol, as you're aware, we use a 1-2-1 pattern. And what this means is that the first candidate receives 1 vote. The second candidate in the test receives 2 votes. And the third candidate, if any, would go back to receiving 1 vote as part of the test. The total votes received on this report do match that, the expected test results report. The third report before you is the logic and accuracy testing post-0 report. And this shows that each machine in the election management system have all been reset to 0 and are now ready for operation in this election. The 0 report, as a reminder, will also print from each of these machines the morning of election day. And the poll workers are trained in order to verify that that machine is in fact starting from 0 on that printed report, and the moderator and the clerk must sign off on that as well. So they are the final and last check for election day. And if there are any discrepancies reported, they would contact us right away. The equipment will be ready for the start of early voting, which starts on July 16th, 2 days from now, and then pickup of the equipment will begin the day after Election Day. Now, at this time, if the board has no questions, I ask that you certify the voting equipment for the Senate 4 special general election and the Coventry Districts 3 and 5 special elections to be held on August 5th. And I'm happy to answer any questions from you.
Any questions from the commission?
I'm just curious about this. You said that there's a test deck of how many ballots?
It could range from 6 to 12 ballots in a particular test
Now,
machine.
My question is, how long do you keep those test ballots after you certify the machines? Or you
We would
destroy
keep
it right away?
at least 36 months, we would keep them for. And we have a whole filing system established now in our warehouse to store all of these. We're actually, right now, we have stored as far back as, we still have 2020. It's filed back there. And we generally wouldn't get rid of them unless we needed the space. We do have plenty of space because we have a pretty big warehouse. But yes, we do have a filing system back there in the warehouse to store them.
So the test desk reflects the exact format of the ballot that would be given to voters on election day.
Exactly.
Other comments, questions?
I have a comment. Miguel, I just want to give you and your staff a big thank you. I know that LNA testing is a big job, but it's also a very important job of the process. And I also have to comment on the clarity of the screens that you've developed They are actually very informative and at least help me tremendously.
Thank you, appreciate it. And we always invite the public to come, but nobody wants to come to observe our testing, so
They should come and
maybe,
see this. It's impressive.
thank you.
Well, they have faith and confidence in you, that's why they're not here.
Yes, but we have to earn it, so,
Mhm.
and we try to do that every election the best we can.
Mhm.
Anything else?
We accept the testing and accuracy test as provided by the executive director.
And that's for Senate District 4 and Coventry Council
Both.
3 and 5 special elections.
Both, yes.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. And I believe that's the last of our
It is?
business for today. So is there a motion to adjourn?
So
Motion.
Oh, no.
There is a motion and a second.
Yes.
And I will give credit to our Commissioner Reposa for making the motion and Commissioner Betancourt for second, since you did it at the same time. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, ayes have it.
Good job. I can ask you a question.